What's up everyone? Just wanted to give you a quick update. Apologies for the lack of content. I've been super busy, had all sorts of stuff on. Stuck at work, haven't been able to get down here much. As you can see, my workshop's in a bit of a state. We just painted a car next door there, so everything else has sort of been jammed in here. So I'm kind of working around all of that. Just working on a vapor blaster for a mate. He was just out here. We were just testing it before. That's why it's sort of quite messy, but you can see it's a really simple setup. Same as you would have seen one of my old cabinets over there. Only I've got a better frame on it. Changed the way all the switch works. Changed the way the reservoir works. As you can see, I've got a shelf down here. This is an old pump that was supplied by the customer. And just the rectangle bins there, a 30-litre one. I see a lot of people using the larger wide bins like that. The taller narrow ones, in my opinion, work better. Even a bucket, I think, sort of this size bucket will work better than those the wide ones. And the reason is that the way it agitates, and there you can see the agitation jet facing straight down, those bins are just too wide, and what happens is the agitation jet pushes all of the media out to one side or the other, and then it doesn't get picked up properly. So with a smaller bin like this, you can see the water level is quite low. With a smaller bin like this, it'll help to agitate everything properly. Just got a small cheap solenoid up in here. This was a relatively affordable build. There are a couple of drains that run straight down off this to stop it splashing too much, so they drop down just above the height of this. So like I said before, you can lift the pump out, set it up on here, change the whole bin out, put a fresh water one in, rinse everything off on the inside of the cabinet, pull it out of the way, and then put a third media in. It's just quite a quick way that some people use to swap between medias quite quickly. Just a cheap on-off switch there. You can see the old pedal down the bottom, all the wiring hidden this time, just runs down underneath and then it comes up through all the tubing. But yeah, been real flat out. Just trying to get this done in my spare time. Had a bit of time to do it today, but like I say, work's been keeping me away from development. Really simple setup on the inside. As you can see, it's got one of my guns in it. With the 8mm nozzle, and seems to work really well. So this was the test piece we did when my mate came out. He's really happy with it, but he's also decided he wants to go even bigger. He did choose this side initially because of the price, but now that he's seen what it does, he's quite happy, and he's willing to spend a little bit more and go for a bigger cabinet. So that's where the decision is with that. I'll finish this one, I think, and sell it on. I'll cover my costs. Still not sure what I'm going to do with the lighting. Might just put it out there, see who wants it. They may want to upgrade to better lighting, in which case I'll do that for them later. The gloves, just probably a quick hint on the gloves. These cabinets here, they've got a real bad problem with leaking. Now these, as you can see on the inside, the glove rings face inward, and these just sort of are folded over, doubled over usually. That's inside out. I'll just flick that over. That's usually folded like that on the inside. So what happens is this bit gets wet, and then it just sort of travels through under the rings, and then you'll end up with the whole inside of the glove wet. So if you have problems with that, what you can do, and what I usually do on them, is just put a bead of silicone around where it's going to fit onto the inside of the rings, and that silicone just stops it from traveling along through the soft fibers on the inside and getting your gloves wet. So that's just one way of solving that problem if you have that issue. But yeah, that's where I am with that now. I had a few people hit me up about the 8 and 10mm nozzles. I mean, these ones usually only come out in 7s, so slightly better performance in my opinion. Had a couple of people try them and they were quite happy with them as well. And the ebook's starting to sell quite well. I haven't really pushed the marketing of it, but that covers, I think there's some from the dishwasher build over in the corner there. I've still got that going. And yeah, quite good feedback so far. A couple of people have bought it and just used it to help them troubleshoot, really. They've been halfway through a project and needed ideas on how to finish it. And yeah, they've gotten to the point where they were a little bit stuck, and I am struggling a little bit to keep up with all the messages that I've been getting. So a few people have bought the book and have found it's really helped them out. There's plenty of diagrams in there, some wiring diagrams, pump mounting diagrams. So on the side, sometimes if they're using a pool pump or a washing machine pump, where is it, like this, just how to mount them. Diagrams show exactly where they should be placed. These pumps here, to get them to agitate right, agitation problems, a few diagrams in like that. Like I said, wiring, shows you plumbing, the difference in the nozzles there between these ones and the ones you can buy, and then just some different troubleshooting. But yeah, just to show again, that's the result out of this one. That's the homemade guns. I'll put a link up to the videos for the homemade guns. But as you can see, this is what they look like when they come out of the bucket they've been sitting in for however long, and that's after a few minutes. So yeah, pretty good condition. If you need a bigger nozzle, let me know and I can organise to get you one. If you're stuck with questions and I haven't gotten around to answering you, I am still slowly getting through them. But yeah, the book will probably give you a pretty good starting off point. And if it doesn't, I am happy to fill in any gaps. And I haven't actually had too much feedback on anything that's been missing or questions that have not been answered by the book. But if that sort of comes in, I will start adding it, and I'll release newer editions as time goes on. But I think that'll do for a bit of an update on where I am with things. I'm still working on the compressor. Again, I've been pretty flat out with things, so I'm about to give it an oil change, filters, and then probably trailerize it, and then the compressor side of things will get a service. But yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching.